Hey everyone, it's TB Shores. I'm going to try to get this third video up on discussing this phrase that the Lord had spoke to me on May the 8th. Today is May the 19th, 2017. It's 1:27 p.m. I've been trying to get this done, and I apologize for not getting it done sooner. I've just had so much going on, but I'm going to try to get this done before I have to go pick my grandkids up from school and before the baby wakes up. So, we're going to look at each word in this phrase and try to get a better understanding of what each word means, and then apply those understandings in a sentence to see if it gives us any clarity, okay? And I did want to mention once again, I think we need to be watching this time after May 22nd because Trump's visit to Jerusalem is on May 22nd, and he hopes to restart peace talks after his visit on May 22nd. So here we see a connection to May 22nd and the time after, because the peace talks would take place after. I do think that's important, but let's move on to what we were going to get in this video. All right, we're going to start with the word over, and over means above in place or position. So it's like to place something over something. Okay, over as in above, and cross to the other side as in crossing over a bridge to get the other side of the river. I'm just giving you an example there. And over as in above in authority, rank, or power, like being over a group of people in a leadership position or a position of power. Over, so as to rest on or cover. And I find that very interesting because we know that Christ's blood is our protective covering. And then the last definition of over speaks about to end or be done with, or something has passed. And I find all of these interesting because each one actually, I can see a spiritual understanding within each of these. And maybe that's what the Lord's wanting us to clue into, spiritual understandings that lie within these meanings. I think that is something that we need to take into consideration, because we don't know what the Lord, he just said over by a period of May 22nd. He didn't specify what was over. But when you look at the spiritual meaning of what these are, maybe that can lend understanding. Okay, in the word by, we see that it means near to or next to, as in standing by someone in line, something of that sort. Along or using as a route, meaning to go by that road to get there. By as in to and beyond, the vicinity of. By as in not later than, at or before. And by as in within the extended period of. There's a comma here, and there's another meaning right here, during. Then we have by as in near, in the immediate, and at hand. So here again we can see some spiritual meanings within different definitions of the word by. Okay, now we're going to go to the word a, and I'm just going to cover this one here because it was the only one that really seemed to apply with what we were looking at here. So a means a certain or a particular, something specific, as in two of a kind, or a Mr. Smith came by. It's a certain type or a particular one, so to speak. And then we have the word period, which all of these seem to indicate pretty much the same thing. Interval of time, specific division or portion of time, the point of completion of a round of time, the time during which something happens, a specific length of time. And then we have the word of. Now, this is an important word because this word here gives us a little bit better understanding of how we're to look at this May 22nd date. So the word of is used to indicate a connection or association with something, okay? So this is meaning then a period of time, a length of time, an interval of time, a portion of time that is connected to or associated with May 22nd. And of course, then we know May 22nd is a date, and that date means, now here I have wrote down an appointment for a particular time, and I think God has appointed something to take place during this time. So the next meaning fits right in there, a particular time at which some event happened or will happen. In this case, we are talking about will happen. So when we look at these different meanings of these words, we can get a little bit clearer understanding. What I'm going to do now is just take some of it and make a sentence to see, using these words, to see if it gives us any clarity on what the Lord had meant when he said over by a period of May 22nd. Now, like I said, we don't know what he is saying is over, but I think most of us that are followers of the Lord, that have surrendered to him completely, we feel in our spirit what we think the Lord may be talking about there. But let's just read this as in over, meaning an end or done by an extended period. Okay? Or we could say ended or done during. Okay? And I think the during fits very well here. And then we go up here, during a certain or particular period, meaning during a certain or particular interval of time, portion of time, or length of time, that is connected to or associated with May 22nd, which is about a particular time at which some event will happen. Like I said, in this case, it's something that will happen. So we can see that as something ending or being done during a length of time that is associated with May the 22nd, at which time a particular event, a particular time, May 22nd is a particular time at which some event will happen. So I think it is pointing us to May 22nd and the time thereafter, because it's specifically with this word of comes a big understanding. This time, this period, this length of time is associated with or connected to May the 2nd. We're not talking about May the 2nd just in itself. We're talking about a interval of time, a portion of time, a length of time that is associated with May the 22nd, a particular time at which some event will happen. So I think we just need to be very watchful and asking the Lord what he would have us to understand from this. So I'm going to cut this off here and get into just a little bit of understanding with some scripture when I come back, which is basically more connected with, rather than the phrase, it's more connected with something that I found during my research of all this. And I hope this makes sense to you. If you have anything to share, please share. I love you all. Bye-bye.